we're gonna dig in today to yoga setups, fitness instructors, dance instructors. I am gonna help you transition from offline to online. We're gonna talk about tech setups from simple to professional, what mistakes you need to avoid, and also what you need to think about. All the things. There is going to be Q&A at the end as well. So I would love for you to stick around, ask those questions. Dave Peterson, I didn't ask you to do this before, but if you, while I'm training, if you can gather those questions up for me in Discord, I would appreciate that. I see you in the house, Susan. How are you? I teach yoga, water aerobics, boogie and build and Tai Chi live. Holy cow, you teach a lot. And now online. Thank you for being here. Thank you for Penny for being here. Everybody, I appreciate you. We are going to dig in. All right, so here's the deal. We are going to dig into a training. If you are new around here, I would love for you to say new in the comments because I would love to meet you. Also, a lot of people are sending this, tagging other people and sending it to them. I've put a lot of work into this training to make sure that you have exactly what you need to move and transition from offline to online classes. And I want to make sure that you are taken care of. We will have Q&A. David Foster, who is my partner, he is in the comments as well, helping you out. We have all of the links that we are going to talk about today on our website, like literally for free, no opt-in. We're not requesting you to give us your email address, nothing. We've got you taken care of, okay? So that link is coming to you in the comments right now and is in the description as well. So you can follow along, you can bring that up on another monitor, follow along with this training, but I don't want you just to look at the links. I want you to understand certain things about that we're gonna cover in today's training. So Suzanne says, new from Amy Porterfield's group, I believe, if I'm right. Hello, film, and we've got Body Break is new. Fantastic. Catherine in the house. Awesome. I'm so glad to see you all here. Let's dig into it. So first of all, if you are a yoga, if you are a fitness instructor, if you're a dance studio or instructor, this stream is for you. So we have our traditional in-studio setups, which we usually teach, but we went through extra effort this weekend to make sure that you have it set up, because you're not in a studio like I'm in a studio, right? Like I've got this background going on, I've got the fancy cameras, and I'm standing still, right? And you are not in the same situation. If you're trying to take your classes online, we've got to get you moving. So David and I worked really hard to come up with like a gear list for those of you who have to move around and train and talk to your students, right? So hello, Jeffrey Lyons is also new. I love new people. I love to meet you. All right, so if you have questions, we're gonna take Q&A at the end. We're gathering those questions up for you, so stick around. First and foremost, we are going to talk about tech setups, simple to pro. We're also going to talk about mistakes and things you need to think about. So first and foremost, there are some decisions that you need to make. And we're going to go there because I forgot to go through this slide. I talked you through it already. So the decisions that you need to make as a yoga, fitness, or dance studio or instructor is, do you want the streams to be private? Do you want the classes, the online classes, to be private, or do you want them public? Let's talk about that for a second. So you already have members, right? You already have students who are paying you. And what is my most concern for you right now is that you don't lose those members, that they don't say, oh, well, I can't go to class anymore, I'm just gonna cancel my membership. I don't want that to happen to you. So the first priority, my assumption is for you, and you tell me if I'm wrong, is to connect with your current members to make sure that you can still train them, that you can still offer them that fitness. Now, Camus Yoga Studio in my town where I take yoga, it's a hot yoga studio, and I love the heat, right? I'm not gonna get the same experience, but she's actually moving into a Zoom-like experience. We'll talk about platforms, all of that. And that's going to be really helpful for me because I can't go to her. Now she's going to come to me, right? And so that's a really important thing to think about. Are you trying to, connect with your members? In which case, you're probably going to want to keep that private for paid members only. And if you're then, the second step would be to reach other people. And actually, before we move on, this is another really important thing. Reaching new people. This is a perfect opportunity for you right now to not only connect with your current members, but also to reach a whole world. Like my yoga studio, Camus Yoga, cannot really match, like they're local, right? But now she has the opportunity to reach an entire world of students. This is an opportunity for you to get set up with the right tech setup and the right platforms so that you can not only keep your current members, but also grow and expand to new revenue opportunities. I hope that you're thinking about the opportunity here, not just the fear and the frustration. All right, tell me if you're in the right mindset in the comments right now. I would love to hear. All right, so let's keep, hit the wrong button. So the other thing that you need to think about is, are you going to be interactive or one way? If you're going to be interactive, that will choose the platform for you. It was like you actually have to see your students in order to help them. You don't necessarily have to do it the same way, right? In yoga, like I take yoga classes, so I'm going to keep referring to that, but you guys know, like this is all for fitness, dance, all of the things, right? In that scenario, in a in-person training class, you're kind of giving guidance, you're helping them understand what they're doing wrong. That may not be the first priority for you right now. The first priority for you probably is to go one way, get on a live stream, get on a call, and then just train and help them understand what they need to do. And then the second priority would be to, have an interactive experience, right? All right, I love this. Right-minded for sure. Yes, Stuart says interactive, awesome. Catherine, our mods, and David will take care of you in the comments on that. And I'll share with you more about our training and stuff later if you guys want to hear that. It sounds like you do, but I'm not worried about that right now. I want to make sure that you are taking action right now. The whole world is our oyster. Yes, I love, love, love it. And that is the thing. You have so much opportunity, but I want you to take action quickly. I want you to take action, and then and only then I want you to improve, right? So we're going to talk about like all of that stuff today. All right. So the most important thing that you need to realize, and I stole this from David, who is my partner if you're new around here. He said on the other day, we were talking about how people really need to connect with other people, especially in all the quarantine stuff going on right now. And so the most important thing you need to think about is people need connection, not perfection. One of the biggest issues that we see people make is that they're trying to have a perfect scenario for their audience, and it's not necessarily going to help you. Yeah, okay, sorry. I don't know if I put this slide up, but I was looking for it. I'm like, we didn't talk about this. This is going to help you connect on a deeper level with your audience. So those mistakes are that people are not moving quick enough and taking action. I want you to take action, even if it's raw, even if it's not professional, even if it's clumsy. Can you give me a big yes in the comments that you're willing to be imperfect right now? You have to move quickly because you need to connect with people, right? David's conversation, right? Like people need connection, not perfection. But then once you get going, then you can improve that quality, because at the end of the day, when things get back to normal-ish, people do need the audio to work well. They need a good experience so that they're willing to continue paying you for your services. So you want to get started quickly, but then your second step is to actually improve that quality so that your audience has a good experience. Now, the other mistake that people make is trying to be perfect. And so what I want to talk about this, or say about this, is that it's okay for you to actually be really honest and raw here. In this moment, people don't need you to be perfect, but they do need honesty. They do need to understand what you're doing for them. You don't have to have it all figured out. Who has it all figured out? Raise your hand and say, I've got it all figured out. I'm perfect. I don't think any of us can say that, right? And so I want you to be okay being a little vulnerable. Now is the perfect time to say, you know what, guys? You're my members. I want to take care of you. I was not expecting this situation. We're trying to figure it out. We're here for you. We're taking this step, and that step in order to make sure we can offer you the training that you need. But I don't have it all figured out and I'm scared. It's okay to say that you're scared. It's okay to say that you're uncomfortable being on camera, doing the things that you usually do in person. All of that is 1000% totally okay. And I don't want you to try and be perfect and present a perfection to your audience, because that won't do you any good. And it's not gonna be perfect, right? Daniel says, that's all I am, imperfect, but people like that. It's much more relatable, but keeping professional too. Yeah, there is certainly a balance to be had here, but it's definitely something that it's so, I hear this constantly, that people are like, I just wanna present, I don't wanna tell them I'm scared. Heck, they're gonna understand, right? All right, so let's keep going. I wanna get into the tech setups. We have 4 setup scenarios for you guys, okay? So 4 tech setups from simple to professional. And this kind of goes along with a lot of the training that we do in studio as well, but we've tailored this to you because you need to be mobile and out of a studio-like situation. All right, so first and foremost, option 1 is your phone only. This allows you to take action quickly. If you have not started yet, if you have not moved and transitioned yet, this is your first step. Literally, you don't need to buy any gear. You need to take action. You need to grab this phone and you need to prop it up on some boxes if you have to, right? There are hacks galore. You can do it, I promise. Just prop it up on some boxes and you need to go live and you connect to your audience. So that is number 1, is to, just take that first action. And but the challenge here is that it's going to be bad audio, especially if you're in your studio training. You're gonna have a lot of room echo. It is going to be bad audio, but again, that's the first step, and then you can quickly start to increase your quality, okay? I just want you to make sure you're taking action. The option 2 for your tech setup is your phone plus a lapel mic. So instead of I'm using an overhead mic right now, it's XLR, it's plugged into a mixer, it's plugged into my software in the computer. That's something you can do later. The first thing, because especially you're moving around, you're dancing, you're doing yoga, you're on the move. This is the perfect scenario for you to be really easy and to have good audio. And so again, these links, all of the links that I'm talking about today are in the link that we are providing to you in the description. We have it all laid out on a website, on our website. There's no opt-in. We're not asking for your email address. We just wanted to give you the information and all of the links in a single place so that you're not trying to scramble and put it all together. So click the link that's coming to you in the comments that's in the description, and you can kind of follow along with me here. Okay, so this is the first lapel option. You've got the wired mic option. This is going to be a little tough if you're really moving. If you're a dance instructor, don't do this one probably. Go for the second option, which is the wireless mic. So the wired mic actually is a Movo, and this one, it has a longer cable. And this one would be good for you. It would give you some flexibility. It's definitely less expensive than the wireless option, but you do need to be concerned about like your movement. If you're not going to be moving around a ton, then you can get by with a wired mic. If you are going to be moving around a lot and you want that flexibility to not be cabled in, then the wireless mic would be your best option. We love the Saramonic Blink 500s. That's in the link in the description, and this is a great option. It has like a 6-hour battery life if I remember correctly, and it sounds good. So literally you could just plug so David does this in his studio. You could literally plug the mic here on yourself, or it comes with like a little lapel that you can clip onto, and you can just have the little pack on your back or on your side. So those are your mic options for that. Oh wait, hold on guys. David couldn't join the live stream, but here he wants to say something. Go ahead, David. You're live on Live Streaming Pros.
Yes. So I just wanted to talk about the because we have a lot of people that are wondering about the Rode Wireless Go, which is also a good microphone. And I just wanted to say why we choose the Saramonic over the Rode. And that is because with the Saramonic, out of the box, you have everything you need for phone and regular cables and everything. And you have a lapel mic that comes with it, not just the little mic unit.
Right.
With the Rode, you only get the mic unit. You have to buy an extra lapel mic, and you have to buy the cable in order to use it on mobile. So you just have a bigger expense there. And the Saramonic... Now, the only disadvantage is the Saramonic only lasts for about 3 hours, where the Rode will last about 6.
I thought Amazon said it was 6 hours on the Saramonic, but if I'm incorrect on that,
it's not.
Okay,
I've tested.
Oh, it may say that, but but if you're
a little over 3.
Okay, so 3 hours, but that'll cover most people.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. It's just for the money, you just get more for your money with the Saramonic. And the Saramonic also has one that is 2 mics together, and they're already paired to 1 receiver. So you can actually have 2 people with only 1 receiver, and you can adjust individually on the little microphones the volume. So if you have more than 1 person, it's even better by.
Oh no, Penny says, I just ordered the Rode. I wish I had known this. This is why we're doing this stream for you guys. We want to make sure that you have all of this information. And I know that, you know, some of you, maybe you want to send that back if this information is changing your thought process on this, and then reorder. It's going to take a little bit longer, but you might be willing to do that if that's relevant to you.
Amazon has a 30-day return policy.
That's true. And David uses that a lot. So for those of you who are new, David is my partner. He does all of the tech, and I do like more strategy stuff. He couldn't join us today because of a little tech glitch earlier, but that's why he's calling on the phone. I believe it was your end, but that's okay. We'll argue about that later. All right. Thank you, David. And just call back if you want to chime in more.
Okay.
Bye. All right. So hopefully that helps. Like these are the tips that we want to give you guys and make sure that you're taken care of and you know all of the scenarios. Now, here's the other thing. You guys are asking a bunch of questions. I see you in here. I wanted to make sure that the training portion is like solid, and we're just giving you the information for everybody watching the replay too. We will have Q&A at the end, and we're gathering those questions as you post them so that we can tackle those at the end of this training. So let's keep going. So the other thing you need to realize is that you do need to have an adapter. The adapter is going to depend on the type of phone you have, so you need to make sure that the adapter is right for your phone. But you will, like, if you have an older phone, you may have a headphone jack and you don't need an adapter. But if you have a phone that has taken away the headphone jack, which all of the current ones have, I think there might be like 1 or 2 on the market still, then you will need an adapter to make that connection between your phone and the mic. So keep that in mind. Is the link to that movie in the description? Let me know if I'm like, all of the links that I'm talking about today are in the website link that we have provided you. So in the comments and in the description. All right, so now staying on option number 2, which is your phone with a lapel mic, you also might want to actually get a little tabletop tripod. The reason that I love this, oh no, I took it upstairs. I was gonna show it off to you, but it's actually upstairs. So this little tabletop tripod is called a Manfrotto Pixie, and it's kind of short. And so it sits anywhere, but it's also a perfect selfie stick. So when those legs come together, I actually use it as a comfortable selfie stick. So if you need a situation where you want to have it set and you're not holding it, and then maybe you want to pick it up and you want to move around a little bit and talk selfie style, this is the perfect scenario for you. Or you can get any old floor tripod. If you have one lying around, you don't need to buy another one. Because a lot of people may find in these situations, in fitness or yoga, dance situations, you don't want a tabletop. You can just get, this one is like 25 bucks. It's not the best quality, but it is inexpensive. And my point here today is to get you moving and get you going quick. So, any tripod that you have will work, or anyone that you want to find on Amazon will work. And then the other key here is you have a tripod, whether that's the tabletop version or the floor version, and you do need a phone mount. So your phone, imagine this sitting in there in that little crevice there. This phone mount that we suggest and is in our gear guide for you, it actually moves portrait or landscape. So you're good to go there. You can actually do whatever. You have a lot of flexibility with this phone mount. And if you're not clear about how all of this fits together, the phone mount attaches to the tripod, whether it's a floor tripod or a tabletop tripod, and then your phone sits into the phone mount. Position it portrait, vertical, sorry, those are both the same thing. Portrait or landscape, and you are good to go. It's a pretty simple setup. Now, let's talk about this. And David, if you want to call me and chime in here, that'd be great. But your biggest challenge with a phone setup is going to be the music. So I know a lot of people have asked me about this, and it is going to be a challenge if you're not going to go for a pro setup. Because remember, this is option number 2, which is a simple phone setup. If you are in a scenario where you have music playing that you need to hear, and most likely this is going to be most relevant for dance instructors. But I know yoga uses some music, but honestly, you're not like moving to the beat of the music in yoga. So fitness, you don't really have to have, music going. And so in both yoga and fitness, the audience can turn on their own music, right? And just have that going. But for dance instructors, this is gonna be a big challenge for you to have your audience hear the same music that you hear. I will say that we did find this little rig. It's a 2 adapter, it's a 2 headphone jack adapter. We have not tested this, but we're trying to find, like, some of these things we haven't tested ourselves, but we're trying to find solutions for you very quickly and just get you the knowledge that you need. You could plug the microphone into one of these adapters or one of the jacks, and then you could plug like a Bluetooth speaker into the other one so that the audience is actually hearing the music and your mic. That is a possibility. However, the big challenge here for you, if you use this scenario, is that you're gonna have to actually plug in order for you to hear the same music, you're gonna have to plug in a headphone jack. Like, you're gonna have to put in, so you see how this says, like, here, I think, oh, he just called. Here we go. Hold on, David. So you're gonna,
Please leave your message.
Okay. I thought he called. But you would have to like be wired in to hear the same music in the same beat that your audience is hearing. So it's not an ideal scenario. Yes.
That is not a dual headphone adapter. It's dual microphone.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Oops.
Gotta watch you like a hawk.
Gotta watch me like a hawk.
You're no Callie Lewis.
Oh. Okay. So anything else you want to say about that, or any other ideas that you have for people who need to hear the music? I mean, that was the best solution that we could find.
I mean, worst case scenario, just play music on a Bluetooth speaker in the background, but make sure it's royalty free. You guys do not play do not play licensed music, because you will get your stream taken down. You will lose revenue on YouTube. So make sure you use the music service that we recommend. As long as it has a beat and people can do workouts to it, it doesn't have to be commercial music, because you will get flagged.
Yeah.
But yeah, worst case, just put a Bluetooth speaker close enough that you can hear it, but it doesn't have to be overpowering.
Yeah.
You could share a playlist on Spotify and have everybody count down to the hit play at the same time. Whatever you got to do. Just think outside the box.
There you go. Hey, why don't you just stay on mute, stay connected, and then when you want to speak up, unmute.
Okay.
Thinking outside of the box here. Okay.
Okay.
So then your next setup option, remember we're giving you 4 tech setup options for different levels of quality and different scenarios, is your computer with a simple setup. So you can use your existing community, hold on just a second. I'm just going to answer this real quick. Yes, Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound has royalty-free music. That would be your best situation scenario. If you were listening during the countdown timer, we use all Epidemic Sound music. We do have a link that Dave will throw in the comments right now for you that gives you a 30-day free trial. So that it is an affiliate link, but whatever, like if you want to use it, great. If you don't, great. But Epidemic Sound would be your best scenario there. Okay, so a super simple computer setup would be your next option. And that would look something like this. You would use whatever computer you've got, and you could either use the onboard camera or you could get a webcam. Now, this is the big thing right now. In this moment, while we're recording this or while we're live, there is a lack of these things available. And also there's a bunch of price gouging going on. Dave, will you throw the link? I know I'm throwing a lot at you, Dave. Dave is on our team and he's amazing at taking care of you guys in the comments. But Dave, will you grab the link from Facebook that David did about the price gouging? I want you guys, if you're looking for a webcam right now, until they get back in stock everywhere, there's a bunch of people trying to scam you and trying to like sell a $50 product for $300, which is freaking ridiculous. So at the worst case scenario, you're just going to use your onboard camera on your computer. But then also, instead of the lapels that we were talking about earlier, because those lapels are better for a phone situation, this one and this Samson mic, we trust Samson as a brand. We have not tested this one specifically, and we always like to tell you, because we hate recommending gear that we don't actually have, that we haven't tried, because David is very particular and he goes through great lengths to make sure that you only have, the right gear that will work perfectly for you. But you guys, this is an option, and we do trust the Samson brand as generally speaking. So this, you can see it actually plugs in via USB to your computer. So that is an option for you to still have the flexibility and the movement and also still use your computer and some software. I think David wants to say something. You hung up on me, David.
Sorry, I got disconnected. I'm going back on mute.
Okay. All right, so that's the USB lapel. And then a super simple setup is to use something like, before I tell you what that is, let me set this up for you. So in terms of going live, like on Facebook or YouTube, or, whatever situation you're trying to do, you can use a browser-based software, like browser-based service, I should say. And so StreamYard is a great option for that. That's why we recommend that. But you could use anything like Be Live or StreamYard. Those would be probably, or there are a whole bunch of them. But like, we like StreamYard because you can actually simulcast through StreamYard. It's actually a very simple interface. So this isn't going to give you the best quality, just so you know, but it will be a great, easy scenario for you to take action quickly. And like I said, you can simulcast, meaning that you can send your stream out to Facebook and YouTube, right? We're going to talk about platforms here in a minute as well, just so you guys know, so that you like make sure that you're choosing the right platform for what you're trying to do. Okay, next up is scenario number 4, right? Or sorry, that was supposed to say option number 4. That's option number 4. I got that slide wrong, is the professional setup. So this is going to take your quality and the experience for your members like through the roof. And it's going to actually, a lot of you keep asking me, how do we keep people engaged? When you go to a higher level, like what I'm about to show you, you can actually keep them more engaged just because you can add some cool things to the setup, okay? So this would be using your computer and some higher end software. You've got the Sony, and by the way, Paul Dixon, our magical graphic designer, did not have a chance to look at these slides. I know that this doesn't look good. I'm sorry, Paul. He always, like, he's probably gonna kill me right now for having a non-transparent image right here, but this shows you exactly what you need to be doing. You need to just take action. I know. I should have said that at the beginning.
Non-transparent.
I know. I know. I just like that one stands out to me. Paul's gonna kill me. But you need to take action, and it's not perfection. It's about connection, right? We're connecting here. I'm meeting new people. You guys are meeting me, like, and David, and that's what it's about right now, is just taking action. So the Sony a5100 camera is a great budget option for a really great quality video. Now, this is what I'm using, the Sony a5100. So you can see the quality here with, we recommend like a 16mm lens, which is in the description. That's a wide lens, and that will give you the ability to kind of get that wider angle for the dance instruction and or fitness instruction of any kind, right? Paul may forgive her, but I'm not sure. I don't know if Paul will forgive me. And then again, for the flexibility, you can still use this USB mic that has the lapel so that you can move around. Like, our whole gear scenario here is fine-tuned or tweaked for you to be able to move, instead of something like what I've got here. I'm using this whole professional setup, but I'm using an XLR mic, and it's a more complicated. You need to move, and so that's why we're recommending these mics. And then you would use a desktop software and actually download software, and those links are in the link that we're giving to you with all the links on our page, and that is Ecamm for Mac, and that is vMix for PC. Now, these do come with a little bit of an extra learning curve, so that's why we're saying this is your 4th scenario. You get started with just your freaking phone if you have to, right? And then you improve the quality over time, and we'll help you do that, right? Yes, JP, if you just joined us, you can watch the replay for sure. It will be available to you. All right, so platforms. Let's talk about platforms. I told you in the beginning you had 2 choices to make, and that was to know whether you want it to be private for members only, or whether you want it to be public to gain a bigger audience, right? So you can do a combo of those two things. By the way, live streaming is amazing for building your audience, for connecting to new people, and for having them become members over time, right? So,
hey, but for Zoom,
yeah.
Isn't that a paid thing that, like, you can't stream to Facebook without the webinar version?
But let's keep this in mind. You may just want it to be private, right? So in a private scenario, all you need to do is set up Zoom and then connect to your viewers. It can be interactive in that scenario, or it can be full one way. Like you can have.
But I think you should mention that it's only public if you pay for the webinar version on Zoom, which is pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's $40 a month for the Zoom webinar package, and that actually allows you to straight from Zoom send that signal to Facebook, or YouTube, or YouTube, or is it just Facebook on Zoom webinar? I think it's just Facebook actually. So that's one option. And then your second option is to just do, Facebook Live or YouTube Live. And in both of those scenarios, you can do a private or you can do a public stream. So let's say one option is for you to actually have your members who are currently paying you join a Facebook group, or that's a pretty easy way to do it. Join a Facebook group and then you stream to that. And that's private because you're only letting members in. Or you can go to your Facebook page and make it a public stream. Same thing on YouTube. Public stream on YouTube versus an unlisted YouTube link that you send to your members. So you have a lot of flexibility and options here. And if you need help deciding what's best for you, just leave a comment and we're going to take Q&A here in a second. Your other option is a little bit more expensive, a lot more control, but it is Vimeo Live, and that is definitely that's not going to be a public stream. That's going to be like a more private scenario. So if you're really wanting to keep it private and you're wanting to have a lot more control over everything involved, you could do a Vimeo Live, embed that on your website, and send your members the link to your private website link. So that's the platforms, that's the tech. Again, all of those links are in that. And then, somebody asked earlier, like, what about your workshops? Like, will I be able to get support? Will I be able to get more training? We do have that available to you. That is at this link, livestreamingpros.com/studio. But here's the deal. Like, we're adding a whole lot more training to the workshop in order to make sure that we're taking care of you, helping you get started quickly and move fast. And then you can increase that quality over time. I'm going to harp on this constantly because that's the action that you need to take. You need to get started quickly, and then you need to improve the quality so that your audience has a good audio experience, a good visual experience. Like, they want to keep being engaged with you, right? That's the perfect combo. And then also you get support. So it does come with like a 30-day free trial of our group coaching, which gives you access to David and myself to ask questions. Tomorrow we added a private student-only Q&A to help you make this transition. So anyway, that is available to you if you want to take us up on that. And I don't care if you do, like, either way, I want to be here for you. And so we're going to move into Q&A at this time, but also, like, just one more thought on that support and training. We do have a pay what you can model to help those in need. So we've dropped our price. It's $97 regularly. And if you, like, for a limited time, and if you can pay that, we would ask that you pay that because that's, we have a team to support. But if you are in financial stress right now, you can actually pay just whatever you can afford. We did that as a way to give back and support you guys. We've added all kinds of free extra training. We're going live daily. We're just trying to take care of you, but we can support you even further inside of the workshops. So, okay, we have tons of questions. So I'm going to pull up my other computer. Hold on. I got to switch computers here to pull up my gathered questions. All right. I believe a Facebook Live isn't as long as a yoga class would be. So Catherine, that's incorrect. You can go live for as long as you want on Facebook Live. So you can actually go like continue. There's something called continuous streaming. There's a checkbox that you could do, and then you could actually go live for as long as you freaking want. That replay won't be saved if you do that. Past 8 hours, that's when they don't save the replay. But 8 hours and under, you still have a recorded version on Facebook. So hopefully that helps clarify that. 3 of what in stock, David? Suzanne, you are very welcome. We just want to take care of you guys. We want to make sure that you have what you need in order to get moving and have the support of us. Like, if you guys don't know, because I didn't say this at the beginning, like, we've been doing this stuff for 14 years, and for small productions, in-house studios, but also for Panasonic and Samsung and big names. And so this is, you know, just in our wheelhouse. And David, like, what I love about David is that he can think about different scenarios. And so that's where the support option inside of the workshop would actually come in really handy, because you're like, hey, like, I did this to him today. I was like, this music scenario is going to be an issue for yoga studios, for dance studios. Let's think through an option. And he came up with a solution, right? So, you know, that's what I love about the way his brain works, is that he's like, he's dealt with all of the tech stuff. He's got you. Okay. And a lot of it is like just thinking outside the box too, right? Okay, let's see. Oh, Penny, thank you so much. Penny's new here, and already you think we're awesome? Well, you're awesome. I hope you'll come back. And Josephine, it's good to see you here as well. Okay, so oops, sorry, hitting the wrong buttons. All right. Thrive in Spirit, are you still here? These are questions that Dave gathered for me while I was doing the training, and we're going to tackle those now, and then I'm going to come back to live questions. Thrive said, it looks like the Elgato Cam Link is sold out. What do you recommend? Oh yeah, so actually that is something that I didn't mention. On the capture cards as well, this is also an issue. Just like I was talking about with the webcams, the capture cards are also out of stock in a lot of, well, everywhere. If you see them available, David, talk about prices on webcams and capture cards. What should people not pay more for? Like in a capture card, the Elgato Cam Link, if they see it for, it's usually $150. Is that right?
Yeah, basically. Right now, the Mage Wells are in stock, but they're running out. I just saw there's 2 left. So the Mage Well that I just posted on Facebook, I'm getting ready to post in YouTube. And
that is actually in our link. So in livestreamingpros.com/fitness. livestreamingpros.com/fitness. That's where we have all the links that we recommend. I put the Mage Well in there, so you don't have to post the link separately. That's in there. But those are the capture cards that we're finding in stock right now. And honestly, at this moment, if you want that higher quality, you're going to have to just get what you can get.
And Catherine is asking do we think the Elgato will be back in stock? We have no idea.
Yeah.
We have zero idea when any of this is going to be back in stock, because, like, we don't know how long this is going to last. And, you know, it's kind of weird how it's taking up all this stuff too. But, yeah, we have no idea, no way to know that.
Yeah. And so, you know, that's the thing is, just do what you got to do. And again, if you have to just use your onboard camera or the phone right now until this stuff gets back in stock or the prices get back to reasonable, then do that. Like, that is, people need connection, not perfection, right? Thanks so much. This is perfect. I've been getting asked by a lot of gyms and yoga teachers. Fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to send this out. This will be a replay, and you will have a link that you can send to people. If you guys know of anybody in these industries, it is, I mean, we've put so much effort into trying to give you a solid advice, find new solutions for you guys, and tell you exactly what to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Get started quickly, right? Those are your steps. Get started quickly. Just use what you got. And then, make sure that you are being honest and open and raw with your audience. It's okay to say you're scared. It's okay to say you don't know what you're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing right now because it's all new to everybody, right? That's why we're presenting this information to you so that you have a little guidance. And then step 3 is to increase your quality. And so that is, what we would suggest to you to do. And if you know somebody in those industries, fitness, dance, or yoga, then this might be helpful to them. And we hope it is. Okay, so Jan asked earlier, we could not get the sound to work on our Movo when we hooked it up to the MacBook Pro when using Zoom.
Yeah, I already tried. I haven't responded. I
Okay.
have no idea what that is, so you're just gonna have to keep playing with it. There's no way I can help troubleshoot all this different stuff. So sorry about that.
Catherine, how does this compare to the Elgato? I think she's talking about the capture card, the Mage Well.
Yeah, no, I said, Catherine, just don't worry about that kind of. You guys don't get stuck in the weeds about stuff like that. Basically, it's the same thing. It's a capture card. That's all you need to know.
Okay, then that's key here. Don't get stuck in the weeds. What David just said, I want you to hear and I want you to embrace. Do not get stuck in the weeds. Yesterday, I just answered a question. She had 3 USB devices that she needed to use on her computer and only 2 USB ports on her computer. And I said, just get a USB hub. And she was like, oh man, I was stuck in the weeds. I was like looking at what I don't have. Don't worry about this stuff. There are solutions. As Marie Forleo says, everything is figure outable, and that's a great book right now to buy if you need help finding new solutions. If you need help with your mental state, Everything is Figure Outable by Marie Forleo will get you in the right mindset for sure, because everything is figure outable. And that's why we have the support options for you inside of our training workshops so that we can help you get out of the weeds, right?
Well, and the thing is, so Catherine is asking, but it's so much more money. The thing is, yeah, you're going to wait, but this could be a long time. So if it's something you're wanting to do right now and it's holding up your business from growing or keeping you from keeping your business going, then maybe it's worth the investment. But if you can't afford it, it's too expensive, then just use what you got. Use the webcam that's on your laptop. Use your phone until you can afford it, and until this kind of works itself out. Do what you got to do. Don't spend more money than you have to do something that you're not even sure is going to help. Just start doing whatever you can with your phone, with your laptop, camera, whatever.
Did you answer Proyecto about the mixer question? Did you already take care of him? I need to put music in and talk, but what mixer do I need? Or so you got
that Mathematica.
The Proyecto.
Mathematica.
Proyecto is what. Okay.
I don't see that. But it go ahead, because there's just so many.
That's okay. In the option 4, and this is what I would say to that. You're asking some questions that sound like you have a special scenario. We gave you 4 different tech setup options. You're going to be able to do fancier stuff when you go to that 4th option, which is the more professional setup. And in our workshops, we have lists of mixers, and we literally give you diagrams. We give you kits down to the last cable that you need. We have all of that stuff for you. And then I would say that probably needs a little bit more explanation or a little bit more information. And so, that's where that kind of support comes in. I'm not quite sure on his question is the only problem there. And to answer.
The thing is, you have to understand, every setup has a million different scenarios that you can do and all that stuff. And we can't cover them all. So what we do is we focus on more of the beginner to intermediate, and then we do get into some advanced things. But when it comes to, you guys pulling in professional, expensive streaming gear, that we kind of draw the line there.
Well, we had somebody who works at a TV station, and he was like, I have this equipment, and then I want to bring that into the consumer level. We focus on prosumer stuff, right? Which means that it's not you're not going to find it at a TV station, but you can get the same exact quality as a TV station with the lower budget.
We try to make you look like CNN on a public access budget.
Yes, that's so well said. I love it. Yelveka says, thank you for all you do. Your transparency and realness to you and David are genuinely good people. You are so sweet. I started and got my tech in the nick of the time, and now I need to be consistent. Yes, definitely. Consistency is key to actually like putting this stuff out in growing an audience. Tish says, my first lives on Facebook were my old phone and my Bluetooth headset for calls. I'm so not tech savvy, so if I can do it, anyone can. Don't be scared, just do it and punch fear in the face. Tish, thank you so much for supporting others in the community and helping to encourage them. I really appreciate when you guys gather together as a community, and that is key here, especially for yoga, fitness, dance studios. You guys have a community in person. Now is the perfect chance to take that online. And somebody said the other day, it's not social separate. It's not what it, wait, what's the separation? What is the term? I'm blanking on it. Separation, like what we're supposed to be doing. Come on, David.
Social distancing?
Thank you. It's not social distancing that we need to do. It's physical distancing that we need to do. And social, we can still be together. We can still have that community. And that is what all of this that we've been talking about today will help you do it. Looks like $1 million in shopping at Goodwill. Thank you, Lene. See, Lene got it before you did, David. Jeez. I was like, I don't know why I blinked on that. I don't have Mathematica says I don't have the Go XLR, but I have a Rodecaster Pro. Rodecaster Pros are a little bit more difficult to use in these scenarios just because there's an audio issue with those. But if you're just doing podcasting, then it's a great device.
Oh, well, I'm trying to work. I'm going to try to update the firmware on mine and do some more testing and see if I can get it to work. So I will be doing that hopefully this week.
And also, David, inside of our coaching program, we have a knowledge base. David actually did do a little training, and I think you published that, right, last night? You did a training on exactly how to bring your camera into Zoom. So, like this.
Not your camera. No.
Sorry.
No.
Your whole setup. Your setup.
Stop.
Shut up, Luria.
Using V-Mix. Just relax. Calm down.
I was excited that you did this.
Stop. Hey. Okay, hold on. Now, let me say this. I did, not a training, I did an article in the knowledge base that shows you how to bring your full V-Mix production into Zoom like a webcam. It works with Skype. It'll work with anything that you can set to webcam. That is in our knowledge base as of last night. Now you can continue.
That's what I said, dude.
You said.
I know. I'm joking.
Don't
Thank
make me
you.
go to the replay.
Suzanne said, sorry, I got disconnected. Can you answer how to record and play music with my iPhone X? Okay. Do you want to tackle that, David? iPhone 10, right? 10. Are you hearing me, David? Are you there?
Yeah, I hear you. What did you say?
I said, Suzanne was asking, so she has, can you answer how to record and play music with my iPhone 10X, whatever we want to call it? So you're wanting to record your videos and play music. Like what David was saying earlier was, you can just have the Bluetooth speaker going, and it does need to be kind of loud for your lapel to pick it up, but you could do it that way. Or you could use the little scenario that we had. We had a little adapter, and I believe that's on the link in the description, so that you can bring the Bluetooth speakers to play the music into it, and then also bring in your mic. The only problem with that.
There's going to be an influx of people just out of
David DeLon Foster, you hush. He has a sound clip of me. The other day I was saying there's going to be an influx of people. That's what I was trying to say. An influx of people popping up online and trying to do all of this video. So you need to stand out above the crowd by adding a little bit more professionalism to it. Once you get started quickly. But I somehow said influx of bulges. Now he has a sound bite of it, and he just keeps playing it. How do you get to the knowledge base from the workshop? So it's on your dashboard. Actually, if you go into group coaching, so I kind of killed my computer here. Hold on. Let me take care of you. Hold on. If I can get into my computer, if I remember my password. Let's see what we can do here. Oops. All right. Ready? Hopefully this is still connected. No, it's not connected. Darn it. Okay. I shut my computer and it lost the connection. But essentially, if you go to live stream, or if you log in, once you're logged into the training, in the top right corner, there's a coaching section, group coaching. Click group coaching, and at the bottom of that page is access to the knowledge base. Everything you have access to inside of group coaching is our support. You get access to the community. You get access to our monthly live Q&As. However, we're adding new calls to that calendar just to be able to take care of you and answer your questions to help you transition quickly so you don't have to wait a month. And then you also get access to an accountability call with our moderators who will help support you and make sure you're taking action. And then you get access to that knowledge base. That's what comes with. So for 30 days, you get access to that. It's usually a $37 monthly program, but we wanted, when you get this workshop for the training, we wanted to give you access to us as well to make sure that we're supporting you in these transitions. And then also we're adding some new content to this workshop so that you can get started quickly. We're going to actually take all of this stuff we're talking about this week and put into a training to give you an action plan to make sure you can move quickly. Okay, so we're taking care of you as much as we possibly can inside of that workshop and inside of the coaching. On the front end, on the live stream side, on the free side, all week we actually have niche specific content. So we're talking about fitness today, yoga, dance. We're also talking about I've got a whole schedule. Dave, will you throw the link to the schedule in there? It's on our Facebook page, facebook.com/livestreamingpros. It has the entire schedule for this week. If you're on our email list, I sent it out yesterday or this morning as well. But yeah, so any other questions, you guys, that you have, so we can help you get this movement forward. Gregory, sorry, I totally screwed that up. Jeffrey, I'm so sorry. Said you have to play music from a different device. They recommend a Bluetooth speaker probably connected to another device, such as a phone. Yeah, and that's that device that I was talking about. And I will make sure that it is in the link that we have in the description that has all the links to everything we've talked about.
Just so you know, I have not tested that in that scenario. So
right.
I'm not 100% sure it will work, but I know after we end this stream, I'll do a test stream using that device to see if I can get music and the microphone to come through at the same time.
See how awesome David is for you? He's going to take care of you. So where are you going to do that? Are you doing the test publicly, or are you going to do that for students, or what?
Yeah, I'll do it publicly on Facebook. Okay,
so if you guys want to see that scenario tested, David will go live on our Facebook page, facebook.com/livestreamingpros. Dave, can you throw the link to that in our YouTube channel? And then we will actually get you taken care of. So Dave says, can we play copyrighted gospel music in our church service? So here's the thing, real quick, I just want you to know we have a training specifically for churches coming up next Thursday. Next Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific, we will be taking care of you churches and giving you these scenarios and different setup options. But to answer you quickly, the answer is no. No. I know you have a CCDI license, if I get that acronym correct, but Facebook is iffy about whether they see that and will not flag you. So they can definitely flag you for copyright music, even if you have that CCDI license. And hopefully I'm getting that acronym right, but you can't you don't play anything that's copyrighted. If you are doing live, if you're doing live music without a CD track, you can probably get away with it if you're singing those songs yourself. But we'll talk more in depth about that next Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific, right here. And Catherine says, how do we find out about that test? If you want to be notified of any of our live streams, well, actually, I don't usually send out tests. Sometimes I do. We have a messenger bot, so you can actually subscribe to our bot to be notified at livestreamingpros.com/show. livestreamingpros.com/show. We'll get you subscribed to that. We don't always send out the tests. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But you're watching on Facebook, Catherine. So this same stream, when we wrap this up, David, are you going to do it immediately in an hour? What?
Well, speaker setup. I mean, I got a lot of setup to do.
Okay.
Got to get a speaker set up with the music and all that stuff. I'm going to have to download some academic sound to something that I can play unlicensed music so that I don't get flagged myself.
Okay. So turn on live notifications right now. Probably about an hour. So probably about. So Catherine, about noon Pacific. Let's call it that. About noon Pacific. Don't get mad at him if he's not on time. David, that would be amazing.
No.
What? No what?
Don't get mad at me if I'm not right on time.
He'll cry, guys.
Because there's a chance it might not work, and so I'll have to go live and say that, but I just want to make sure I have it set up right. For sure.
That would be amazing. I tried that, but the lavalier mic barely picked up the music, even when the speaker was turned up really loud. Okay, so he's gonna do his best for you. He's gonna do his best for you. So stick around, keep watching. Like, you can actually, right now, if you're watching on Facebook, there are 3 dots in the upper right corner. You can turn on live notifications for us. That does not promise you that you'll actually get notified of our streams, because Facebook's algorithms are screwed. But at least it gives you a chance. All right. I hope this has been helpful. If you know somebody who is in one of these industries, please do let them know, tag them in the comments or send the link to them, whatever works for you. And I hope that it's been educational. I hope that it's inspired you. Hey, you want to go on mute, dude? Jeez. And then I hope it's inspired you to take action quickly, give you some direction to make sure that you're doing just that. Step 1, take action quickly. Step 2, be honest and raw and open with your audience. Tell them you don't know what's going on. Tell them you're trying to figure it out. Tell them you're scared of being on camera. Whatever the case is, talk to them as a human being. Step 3, increase your quality once you've gotten started so that you can offer your audience a better experience. All right, we're wrapping this baby up.
Hey,
what?
I just want to say there's a mistake in what you just said.
What's that?
If you're doing dog training, then talk to them like they're dogs, not human beings.
Dog trainers are another topic for another day. We haven't tackled that.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Dude.
Not everybody screams to human beings, so don't talk to everybody like a human being.
You can always count on David. Have a wonderful
day. You're the one that told me to come in.
That is true.
I'm like a vampire. Once you invite me in...
It's so true. It's so true. You guys, if you're new around here and you're just getting to know us, be sure to join us throughout this week. And David will actually be on camera this week. It's just we had a little tech glitch earlier, so I just went live. But we will take care of you. I hope that you have enjoyed this, and I hope that you come back and hang out with us and continue to ask questions and continue to get the support you need. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Say bye, vampire.
Goodbye.